कृष्ण प्रेष्ठाय भूतले नते भक्ति वेदांत स्वामी निति नामिने। नमस्ते सरस्वती देवे गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेष शून्यवादी पाश्चात्य देशतारिणे। सरस्वती देवे गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेष शून्यवादी पाश्चात्य देशतारिणे। जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंदा श्री अद्वैत गदाधर शिवासादि गौर भक्तवृंदा। कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंदा श्री अद्वैत गदाधर शिवासादि गौर भक्तवृंदा। कृष्ण चैतन्य हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे। हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे। हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे। हरे कृष्णा कृष्णा हरे 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 राम राम हरे हरे। हरे कृष्णा कृष्णा हरे 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 राम राम हरे हरे। जय प्रभुपादा जय प्रभुपादा प्रभुपादा जय प्रभुपादा। जय गुरुदेवा गुरुदेवा जय गुरुदेवा। श्री श्री जगन्नाथ बलदेव सुभद्रा महारानी की, श्री श्री प्रहलाद नरसिंहदेव भगवान की, श्री श्री निताई गौर सुंदर की, प्रहलाद नरसिंहदेव भगवान की। ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Narayanam Namaskrityam Naram Chaiva Narottamam Devim Saraswatim Vyasam Tato Jayam Udirayet Nashtaprayesu Abhadresu Nityam Bhagavata Sevaya Bhagavati Uttama Sloke Bhaktir Bhavati Naistiki. During Antras Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 4, Chapter 22nd, entitled as Prithu Maharaja's Meeting with the Four Kumaras, text number 48. Antras Srimad Bhagavatam ki jai. Maitreya Uvacha Ta Atma Yoga Pataya Adi Rajena Pujita Silam Tadiyam Samasanta Ke Abhavan Mistam Nirnam Maitreya Uvacha Ta Atmayoga Pataya Adirajena Pujita Shilam Tadiyam Samsanta Ke Abhavan Misatam Nirnam Maitreya Uvacha Ta Atmayoga Pataya Adirajena Pujita Silam Tadiyam Samsanta Ke Avavan Misatam Nirnam Maitreya Uvacha Atma Yoga Pataya Adirajena Pujita Silam Tadiyam Samsanta Ke Avavan Misatam Nirnam Maitreya Uvacha Atma Yoga Pataya Adirajena Pujita Silam Tadiyam Shasantam Ke Avavan Misatam Nirnam Maitreya Uvacha Atma Yoga Pataya Adirajena Pujita Silam Tadiyam Sasanta Ke Avavan Misatam Nirnam. What forward meaning? Maitreya Uvacha. The great sage Maitreya continued to speak. They, Atma Yoga Pataya, the master of self-realization by devotional service. Adi Rajena, by original King Prithu. Pujita, being worshipped. Silam, character. Tadiyam, the king. Sham Santa, eulogizing. K, in the sky. Abhavan, appeared. Misatam, while observing. Ninam, of the people. Translation purport by Srila Prabhupada. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. The great sage Maitreya continued, being thus worshipped by Maharaj Pithu, the four Kumaras who were masters of devotional service became very pleased. Indeed, they appeared in the sky and praised the character of the king, and everyone observed them. Once again, the great sage Maitreya continued, being thus worshipped by Maharaj Pithu, the four Kumaras who were masters of devotional service became very pleased. Indeed, they appeared in the sky and praised the character of the king, and everyone observed them. Purport: it is said that demigods never touch the surface of the earth. They walked and traveled in space only. Like the great sage Narada, the Kumaras do not require any machines to travel in space. They are also residents of Siddhaloka who can travel in space without machine. Since they can go from one planet To another, they are called Siddhas, that is to say, they have acquired all mystic and yogic powers. Such great saintly persons who have attained complete perfection in mystic yoga are not visible in this age on earth because humanity is not worthy of their presence. The Kumaraj, however, praised the characteristics of Maharaja Prithu and his great devotional attitude and humility. The Kumaraj were greatly satisfied by King Prithu's method of worship. It may be by the grace of Maharaja Prithu that the common citizens in his domain could see the Kumaraj flying in outer space. Om Tat Sat. Om Ajnanatimirandhasya Jnananjana Chakshurmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Mukam karoti vachalam pangum langhayate girim yatkripatamaham bande Shri Guru Dinatarinam Paramananda Madhavam Sri Chaitanyam Ishwaram. So here in this purport, Prabhupada is describing about the inhabitants of Siddhalokas. There are 14 planetary systems. We know that 6 upwards and 7 downwards and 1 earth. So there are totally 14 planetary systems. So if as we go upward, then the residents of these planets possess mystic powers. Even downwards, if you go, we see they have siddhis. When you go to topmost planet, Brahmaloka or Siddhaloka, it's mentioned their residents are so much powerful that they can fly from one planet to another planet, and they don't need any machine. They're just on their directions of mind, they can go anywhere. They describe that Kumaras were also like this. They were able to go anywhere they decided to go. Narad Muni is also like that. For us, because we are not exposed to them, we may be feeling it is like something imagination. Prabhupada is telling we are not able to see them at present time because we are not so much qualified. What is this qualification? Yeah, that is a pure devotional service. The qualification is, basic qualification is that we should be in mode of goodness. At present, mostly people are in tamoguna and rajoguna. Hardly there is a tinge of sattva-guna. But unless there is a more of sattva-guna, we will not be able to see such great personalities. Because we are not worthy of seeing them. They will not be here. Because it's like we himself will not go in very dirty place. There is some dirty place we'll avoid. So similarly, the people, their consciousness becomes very degraded. The Rajoguna and Tamoguna is called degraded. We know that Rajoguna is characterized by lots of desire, longings, material desires, wants to enjoy. And for that, one has to work very hard, fruitive activities. So in this way, his whole life is occupied with this only, working hard to fulfill one's desire, material desires. And this causes only miseries. Like studying very hard and getting some placements, and then after that again working hard, getting little money, like this. For some desires to fulfill, one has to work hard, and it causes miserable life. And in mode of ignorance is worse than this. Mode of ignorance, we are completely we do not know anything, completely in absence of knowledge. So we don't know what we are doing. It says that it is characterized as madness. Madman doesn't know anything, so he will neither do good for himself nor good for others, and will be very lazy. Laziness means for anything good keep postponing. So, and then sleep more than necessary. So this is how the mode of ignorance is. People will sleep like nothing, or they will not will not be interested in their spiritual life, their spiritual welfare, in completely ignorance. So all the animals are said to be in mode of ignorance, because they cannot think beyond that they are so and so animal. They cannot think beyond ahar, nidra, bhaya, maithuna. So this is what is their limitation. So mode of ignorance is actually causes uh, madness. So you see this, because of mode of passion and ignorance. Mostly people are in mode of passion and ignorance. They are not the all uh, great sages of uh, 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 Satyaloka and all these places. They will not come here. There is no point in visiting. Therefore, we are not able to see them, and we are not because we are not able to see them. We deny, no, this is all imaginary character. But it's mentioned here in this Srimad Bhagavatam that during Pithu Maharaj's time, people were able to see. Even we see that Pithu Maharaj was much before. Even Lord Krishna's time, we see there was people were able to see demigods. So, because in those days people were so much qualified in mode of goodness that they were able to see. It's mentioned that a Brahmana who is in mode of goodness, by virtue of his knowledge, he is able to see. He is able to see devas. He is able to see Vaikuntha. Is by his virtue of knowledge is able to see, because by his being in goodness and having that knowledge is fully convinced. So the basic qualification is we have to increase mode of goodness. And when we are in mode of goodness, we naturally desire to acquire knowledge, to have knowledge. And when we understand that we are not body, we are soul, we can be satisfied with whatever is basic necessities for life. So there is no such hankering for hard work, and one is very satisfied. It's high, simple living and high thinking. So different living entities are born with different degrees of modes. Therefore, we see there are so many varieties of species also. There are 84 lakh species, and there are so many living entities in each and every species. And everybody having different degrees of combinations of modes, and according to that they are getting body. In human life also we see that there will be different degrees. So there will be, according to the degree of goodness, one is in Brahmana, one is have a qualities of Kshatriya, Vaishya, Sudra. So that is according to the degrees of different gunas which we have acquired from past life. So how we can change gunas? How can we increase our gunas? Prabhupada is telling guna sango asya, by association. So how we associate? in which mode we associate. According to that, we acquire goodness or we acquire that mode. So if we associate with people who are in mode of ignorance, then we will see that we'll get affected by tamoguna. Like uh, if we associate with person who is drinking or who is uh, busy in all sort of nonsense things, then see we also get somehow uh, influenced. Similarly, if we associate with person who is very active in rajoguna, then we also get that kind of qualities. So the association is very important. In the association, actually, we revive our modes. So we should associate with devotees who in mode of people who are in mode of goodness. In this way, we can rise. So we see that in association of Prabhupada, how so many people got changed. They got not only changed from the passion, goodness, to higher modes, but they got changed to become devotees. Krishna is telling in Bhagavad Gita that one should not remain in these modes. One should actually transcend these modes. Why Krishna is telling one should not remain in these modes? Because even goodness, people are attached to that sense of pleasure one gets in that mode. So, in whichever modes means guna, or is called which binds us in this material world. So we will be remaining here, cycle of birth, death, old age, disease. Therefore, Krishna is telling that one should transcend these modes, and is telling that Nistaya Gunye Bhava Arjuna. So the Vedic scriptures mostly deals with the three modes of material nature, and O Arjuna, you should transcend these three modes. So it's very difficult actually to transcend three modes. See that people who are in ignorance, if you tell them anything, hardly they will react. Very difficult, especially from ignorance to passion is very difficult, and passion to goodness also very difficult. So even in goodness it's very difficult to transcend these modes. Modes are very, very powerful. You see that normally people, we see that they are forced to act according to their svabhava. Very difficult to change the svabhava. And because of these three modes only, we are thinking, I am a human being, I am a cat, I am a dog, like so much we are conditioned because of influence of three modes of material nature. So it's very, very difficult to cross this. Krishna is telling, Daivi Esa Gunamai Mam Maya Duruttaya. These three, my material nature composed of three modes, is very, very difficult to overcome. Duruttaya. Krishna himself is telling Duruttaya. It's very, very difficult to overcome. But there is a secret, there is a shortcut. This shortcut is Mam ev prapadyante maya metam taranti. Krishna is telling whoever surrenders to me can very easily cross over this material nature. So in other place also Krishna is telling that by engaging in devotional service one can cross these three modes of material nature. Otherwise it is very difficult to rise from ignorance to passion to goodness is very, very difficult. But if we simply engage ourselves in devotional service, then we can cross over these modes very easily. Shravanam Kirtanam Vishnu Smaranam Pada Sevanam Archanam Bandham Dasyam Sakyam Atma Nivedanam. So Navida Bhakti is described that hearing the holy name, hearing the glories of the Lord, glorifying the Lord, then serving the lotus feet of the Lord, remembering the Lord, worshipping Him, offering prayers, serving the Lord, acting in friendship, and Atma Nivedanam, everything whichever belongs to us, offering to the Lord. Atma Nivedanam, including ourselves. So when we perform devotional service, then we can cross these three modes of material nature very easily. But there is another problem. The problem is, while performing devotional service, we are in three modes of material nature. Huh? So, how to make sure that whether we are doing devotional service or we are doing fruitive activities? So there is a challenge. Therefore, Krishna is telling, Tad vidhi panipatena pariprasnena sevaya upadekshanti te jnanam jnaninas tattvadarshina. Therefore, one should go to an expert spiritual master who has seen the truth and submissively uh, try to serve him and learn from him. So when we perform devotional service, we should perform under the directions of bona fide spiritual master. So when we act under his direction, then we actually are safe. Then we really perform devotional service, and then we see that we will be very quickly and easily be able to transcend these three modes. So what happened, and Prabhupada was directing all the people in the West. Very quickly they were able to give up the addictions, drugs, the meat eating, intoxication, illicit sex and gambling, everything they were doing. And it's very, very difficult to give it up. Especially gambling is very difficult. People are very fond, it's very difficult to withdraw. So, but we see that Prabhupada, under directions of Prabhupada, they just practice and very shortly they were able to come out of it. And people were surprised. How is this possible that they are able to give it up? Some of them were saying that these are all just making a show. Just outwardly doing this is not possible, impossible. But we see, because this is a power of devotional service. It's externally it is impossible, seems to be impossible, but it becomes very easy when we perform devotional service, because immediately we cross these three modes of material nature. So here this is what is mentioned, that Kumaras were visible to people, and it is especially credit was given to Pithu Maharaj, because Pithu Maharaj, by Pithu Maharaj's blessings, by his presence, his prajas were able to see the Kumaras. It's like when the sun is there, we can see everything clearly. When sun is not there, things are there but will not be visible to us. Similarly, in Pithu Maharaj's presence, the Kumaras were visible to ordinary living entities. All his prajas, they were visible. The credit is given to Pithu Maharaj here. So similarly, we can see we are able to get this transcendental knowledge by Srila Prabhupada, studying Srila Prabhupada books. Though this is very, very difficult, Krishna is telling three things. He is telling. He is telling it is confidential. Telling is more confidential. He is telling most confidential. So all at this, all these levels we can understand knowledge. Why? Because of presence of Srila Prabhupada's writings. Srila Prabhupada has wrote everything, and then we study this, we get to get exposed to all these things very easily, which is very, very difficult. Bahunam janmanam ante jnanvan mam prapadyate vasudev sarvamiti sa mahatma sudurlabha. Learned sage, learned people, they are really actually learned. After many, many lifetimes only, they are able to understand that Vasudeva Sarvamiti, Krishna is all in all. He is cause of all causes. And such a person is very, very rare. But we see that we are from day one we get exposed because Prabhupada's presence. Similarly, presence of Prithu Maharaj, his command, he was such a powerful ruler. It says Adi Raj, the original king. Was so wonderfully ruling that all the people were very systematic. They are following all the rules and regulations, not deviating, because that kind of inspiration and fear was there. So we see they were qualified, that they were able to see. So similarly, when we studying Prabhupada books, we are able to get inspiration, and we are able to understand that Krishna is the Supreme Personality of Godhead. We are not body, we are soul. We were subjected to the uh, type of work we perform, reactions of that. If we do something wrong, then we will be suffering. If we do something good, we will be enjoying. So there is a cycle of birth, death, and there is a suffering of birth, death, old age, disease, adi daivik, adi bhautik, adi adhyatmik klesha. So all these things we are able to understand, hmm, understand by going through the Prabhupada books. And in this way we are able to engage ourselves in devotional service. And Prabhupada is telling that so chant Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare Nam, Hare Nam, Eva Kevalam Kalau Nastav Gatiranyatha. So it's very clearly it's telling that it's not telling go and perform meditation, or do so many other karma kanda. There are so many procedures mentioned in scriptures, the different types of worship. Saying not all that is not going to work. The process for this age is simply and only chant the names of Lord Hari. Hare Nam, Hare Nam, Eva Kevalam. Kalau Nastav Gatyanyata. There is no other way, there is no other way, there is no other way. And this is what Prabhupada did. When he traveled to West, what he did? He just went and performed Sankirtana. When he was reaching to Boston Harbor, then we see that he is praying to Lord Krishna that I have no qualifications except I have full faith in your name. I have complete faith in your holy name. So this Prabhupada is completely focusing on that we should chant the holy name of the Lord. And he, with this great faith, he chanted the holy name of the Lord. You know that in Topskin Square Park, when he was chanted, so many souls were attracted. They all attracted. It's not that Prabhupada was a very great musician or something. They were just attracted by this sound vibration, the spiritual sound vibration, the divine sound vibration. And they just joined him. Just by chanting holy name of the Lord, people were getting purified. And that we can see in our life also, that by chanting the holy name of the Lord, we are able to give up so many anarthas. Chanting of the holy name of the Lord, we are understanding the importance of spiritual life, and we are giving priority to it. Otherwise, why will be sitting on this weekdays in Srimad Bhagavatam class? This time, generally people are very busy. You see, they are very busy running. Yes, running very fast. Prabhupada is telling this modern civilization is like this. People are running in 4 legs, and they are running very fast. But the problem is they don't know where they have to go. So aimless life. So when they don't know where they have to go, there will be accident, because they are running fast also. So what is this accident? The accident is that we got this wonderful opportunity as a human being. At time of death, we will be again sent into the lower species of life. This accident. Because once we go into this cycle, in 84 lakh species again we have to travel. And in one species we don't know how many million times we will be born. So we go through this again and again. So this is the accident. Aimlessly we are working very hard. So what should we do? We should not waste human life. Of course, we have to, because we are in this conditional stage. We are not self-realized, 100% self-realized, I am Atma. Like Sukadeva Goswami, as soon as he was born, he walked naked. He just walked out of his house. He doesn't wanted to stay at home. He walked inside the forest. So we are not like that. We are understanding that we are not the body and we are soul. So when we are in this stage of life, when we are in conditional stage, we have to make balance, atma and soul and body. We make this balance and give time for spiritual activities. And more when we advance, then more and more we will be able to engage ourselves fully. So here mentioned that Maitreya continued, being thus pursued by Maharaj Pitu, the four Kumaras who were masters of devotional service became very pleased. So master of devotional service, see that they are Kumar Sampradaya. So they are the Lord chooses four Kumaras. They are empowered to propagate devotional service. Therefore, it is mentioned they are masters of devotional service. Jagannath, Baldev, Subhadra, Maharani ki jai, Nitai Gaur, Sundar ki jai. They are spiritual masters of devotional service. They practicing devotional service, and also they are able to impart this to others. So they are especially empowered to distribute this devotional service. Narad Muni is also like that. He is empowered to distribute devotional service. So became very pleased. So Prithu Maharaj, by his action and his worship words, he was able to please them. And they were so much pleased that they started singing the character of King Prithu. So this is the secret of devotional service. What is secret? What is the secret of devotional service? Secret is Yasya prasadat bhagavad prasado yasya prasadan nagadi kutopi. So just to please the spiritual master, because spiritual master is the representative of the Supreme Lord. So when he is pleased, the Lord is definitely pleased. And other way, when he is displeased, the Lord is also displeased. So the secret in spiritual life is to please Guru and Gauranga. And when we try to please them, we advance very, very fast in spiritual life. Our growth becomes super accelerated. So this is the secret. Otherwise also this too. When we displease, then we put a brake. And more we displease, more stronger brake we put. So we should try to please Hari, Guru and Vaishnava. This way we can very quickly, we can finish this business and go back to God. Gantra Srimad Bhagavatam ki jai, Pati Panch Prabhupada ki jai.